Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back to my channel. So as many of you, I'm guessing, probably don't know, in the upcoming week it's going to be St. David's Day, which is the national patron saint of Wales day. It's like the way the Irish have St. Patrick's Day, the Welsh have St. David's Day, but with a lot less merrymaking and partying, because no one parties like the Irish. So in honor of St. David's Day, I decided to share with you 10 weird facts about Wales that you might not know. Some of you might not know anything about Wales. I have met a fair few people in my lifetime who don't even know that it's a place. To clarify, it's that place on the map next to England that kind of looks like a pig's head. You know the one? On pretty much every single video I post, someone comments asking what the heck my accent is and where I'm from. And if you hadn't guessed it by now, I am in fact from Wales. As for what my accent is, I can't really speak to that because my accent is some kind of horrific blend of many things, but I am from Wales. I can confirm I am Welsh. I don't always sound it, but I am. I just want to take this opportunity to remind you that if you enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and go ahead and click that subscribe button. But without any further ado, let's get into these crazy Welsh facts. So the first fact that I have for you is about the whole weird language setup we have in Wales. We actually have two national languages. One of them is English and one of them is Welsh. Logically speaking, you would think that of those two, Welsh would be the predominant language, right? Wales, Welsh, that's like our language, but you would be very much mistaken. In a 2014 survey about language in Wales, they found that only 11% of the population could speak Welsh fluently, and only 23% of the population could speak any Welsh at all. Less than a quarter of the country has any understanding of its own language. One of the first things that people always ask me when they find out I'm Welsh is whether or not I actually speak any Welsh. I do have a very limited understanding of the Welsh language. I can throw out a few sentences and irrelevant phrases here and there. Aimee dwi, mae hi'n bwrw glaw, dwi'n hoffi coffee. What more do you really need to know? So my second weird fact about Wales is that there's a town in North Wales that has the second longest name in the world. I always thought it was the longest name in the world, but apparently New Zealand stole that title from us. Rude. But it is the longest place name in Europe, and I'm going to attempt to pronounce it for you right now. It's not gonna go well, just so you know. Get my glasses on here. You know, I hate things that I can't pronounce, which is most words in English, let alone this. Llangfair pwll Gilgo Gerich Wyrndrobl Llantysilio Go. I think that was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Let me know in the comments down below how you think that went. I don't think it went too badly. I mean, I gave it my best. My next weird fact about Wales is that there are approximately 3 sheep for every 1 human who lives there. We like our sheep. I don't know what it is. The English are always wanting to make fun of us about all the sheep that we have. I mean, hello, people like wool, okay? There are a lot of sheep in Wales. Anywhere you go, sheep. Sheep, sheep, sheep. My friend lives in North Wales, which is much more rural than where I'm from, and there are literally sheep wandering the streets. They just have a right to be there. The council have decided, hey, we're not going to pay for someone to come mow the grass when we could just let the sheep run free. And so you walk out of your house in the morning and there's just sheep everywhere. It's very strange. What can I say? We love our sheep. It is what it is. My next weird fact about Wales I only learned through doing research for this video, and it is now my favorite fact that I have about my homeland. Are you ready? So in the 18th century, a man called Joseph Daniels emigrated from a town in Wales called Aberystwyth to the US, and his grandson was none other than my bae, Jack Daniels. he was Welsh all along. My next weird fact about Wales, most of you probably already know, especially if you're from the UK. But those of you who know absolutely nothing about Wales and maybe didn't even know that it was a country before today, probably won't be familiar with the Welsh flag, which I might be a little bit biased, but I think it is the coolest flag of all flags because it has a dragon on it. How Game of Thrones is our flag right now? It has a dragon on it. If Daenerys Targaryen lived anywhere in the real world, it would be Wales. It's also worth mentioning that we are the only UK nation that does not have part of our flag featured on the Union Jack. England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland all have a little bit of their own flags worked into it, but there's nothing from Wales, nothing. It's like they don't even care. Well, you know what, you guys? Our flag is too cool to be on your flag anyway. My next weird fact about Wales is that it's estimated that Wales has more castles per square kilometre than any other country in the world. Everywhere you go in Wales, there's a castle. Castles and sheep, castles and sheep, castles and sheep. The next thing that I wanted to share with you about Wales is some of the traditional Welsh delicacies that we have. Some of the most famous ones that you might come across if you were researching Wales on the internet for whatever reason would be Welsh cakes, rarebit, and lava bread. Personally, I've never had rarebit or lava bread, nor have I ever been in an establishment where those were on the menu even, that I can recall. Welsh cakes, I can honestly say, are a wonderful food and they should be rolled out throughout the world. Rarebit, like I said, I've never tried. From what I've heard of it, it's a very cheesy dish, which speaks to my soul. I love cheese. So, I mean, if it was ever offered to me, I would definitely give it a go. But as for lava bread, it's made with a kind of seaweed. So that's not so appealing to me, you know? It's a weed of the sea. I don't need that in my diet. Thanks, but no thanks. My next weird fact about Wales is really weird, and it relates to some kind of bizarre pre-Christian pagan tradition. If you watched my weird facts about Christmas video, we talked about the Icelandic Yule lads and what a strange and quite frankly terrifying Christmas tradition that was. But it turns out that Wales has an even more strange and even more terrifying Christmas tradition that I had never heard of. We're gonna bring the glasses back out so I can give you an accurate description of what this is, because it's gonna blow your mind. There's a weird Welsh tradition. It's called the Marry Lloyd, and it says here that it involves a group of revelers carrying a horse skull, yes, horse skull, door to door and demanding entry through song. So the idea is a group of people rock up to a house carrying this horse's skull and they'll sing a kind of rhyme, and then the people inside the house are tasked with coming up with a wittier rhyme to respond to the first rhyme. So it's kind of like they're trying to out-rhyme each other, right? It's a rhyme-off, but with a horse's skull. Nobody is very clear on where this tradition comes from, but it seems like to some people it's a good old time. They dress this horse's skull up with ribbons and bows and go merrymaking in the streets with it. And like, live your life. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. You do you. You know what I mean? And the last thing I have to say about Wales is not even necessarily a fact. It's just an opinion that is shared by Welsh people and non-Welsh people alike. And it's that we don't tend to make an awful lot of sense. We have these weird phrases and sayings and words that we just blurt out and assume that everyone understands what we're saying, but they just don't.
So I'd appreciate it.
Where to she now then?
What?
Where to she now?
Right, either speak English or learn Welsh, because that, where to she, do you mean where is she now?
Yeah.
Say that then.
The most common one, and if you've seen Gavin and Stacey, then you will know. If you haven't seen Gavin and Stacey, go watch Gavin and Stacey, because what a TV show. But if you have seen Gavin and Stacey, you might be familiar with the phrase, "I'll do it in a minute now," Will you be there in a minute? Will you be there immediately? Nobody knows. There's such ambiguity going on. So those were my 10 weird facts about whales. I hope you guys learned something new by watching this video. I know I definitely did when I was researching for it, which is why I really enjoy these kinds of videos. We all get to learn something new, which is quite fun. If you did learn something or if you did enjoy, then please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up to let me know. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to become a member of our Oddball family. It would be amazing to have you come and join us. For those of you who are already subscribed, thank you guys so much. You are my oddballs and I love you. If you have any other weird facts about whales that you'd like to share in the comments, please go ahead and do that. I would love to hear them. Also, if you are Welsh, go ahead and let me know. And until next time, I hope you all have a beautiful day. Remember that I love you so much and thank you for watching. Bye.